car charger thing needs to get the fuck out of this room because that's not the right room for it. Oh yeah, there is a tennis ball and a rubber spider and shit. I guess I could go put those around. If I have space. I guess I can go put like, I'm not like that interested in like the ducks, but I could probably put like the ducks over here. Place this shit. Oh shit, fuck, hold on. It wants to go, it wants to go places. It's not where I want to put you, mate. Um, I kind of was originally stacking ducks in here. Like I could probably put it on the seat. I think I'm supposed to like, no, not that. I think it's R or something. No, you don't. I don't even know what you're doing. Nope, no, stop. Okay, I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put the duck. I can put it like here. Just randomly, ambiently around the place. There we go. Okay, put the two ducks there. Now I got a tennis ball. I guess I could put like the tennis ball over here. Wherever the fuck I put it. And I did take like a little spider, which I'm not thrilled about, but it would require, oh my god, it's terrible. Hold on, let me put it on top of the TV. That's more natural. And I guess we could put the little tennis ball down here too. Alright, miscellaneous items table. And I will need to get more water soon. Now, I couldn't fit this fucker in here before. What? No, don't you put that wherever the fuck you want. I want to... Okay, whatever. I've got a light and stuff too. Got gas masks, filters. I do want the jars and electrical. I wanted to move... Well, specifically the jars can go up into this shit, that's fine. Now, electrical stuff, I kind of had like a spot over here for this, and I was kind of cool with the concept of having another spot over here for electronics. So that shit can go in here, which also includes the light source. I don't know if I actually had this sorted, but I had a torch somewhere on me, and there it is. I was going to say, I'm like, I've lost it, but we found it. Which I do have the spare torch there. So my only thing was like, I did actually put the torches there originally because like if I wanted to go for a walk in winter, it would be super useful to find that. And these, I don't know, I think it's the top one I want. I've moved it into the wrong one. It's fine. I'll just move it into the one above it. I can go up into there. Now, same with this shit. I want to find basically... Communication shit can come with me. Electronics stuff can come with me. I'll move that shit out of here because I want to fiddle with this stuff during probably mostly winter. I also should probably go and install one of those light bulbs in the car because I've smashed the headlight. So that would give me a little bit of like electrical, maybe some mechanical. We could maybe do that. Also, the household calculators. I can pull those fuckers apart. I don't know if... I can pull apart cameras. They can come with me too. I don't know about disposable cameras. No, I can do that to them too. And is there anything else? I also have collected a stone. So in the absolute worst case scenario, I guess I just need to find 2 more and we'll have like a stone fireplace for winter. Although I would imagine that sitting outside versus being inside would be, you know, colder. Than staying inside because also wind chill, but I don't fucking know. I mostly stayed inside because she was sick and sneezing a lot in winter, so yeah, I didn't want to have her outside. Okay, this is going to give me a bit more space in these, which is good. Now... should be, I was going to say like all of this should want to go in there, but I guess not necessarily. Chuck that in there too. These are all things that I'll scrap probably for winter or have scrappable things. I will grab one of those light bulbs back out though after she's finished moving everything. It'll take a hot minute. And I might go put that in the car. I will fill up her drink bottle too on the way. So let me see. Oh, you can get different colored shit. That's fine. We don't really want like dim brown for like driving around at night, you know. Seems kind of relatively counterproductive. And have more medical stuff in here and food and shit. So let's get you some water. And I guess let's go tip out the jars of rotted stuff. Because that will give me jars for the future. I've mostly been using them to fill up, what do you call it? Water, right? But, yeah. I can see that being like, if there's her jar of cabbage, now it's rotten. So what the fuck was the other one over there? Give me that shit. Give me. There was maybe a third one? Fuck knows. Either way, we found it. So, I don't know if this is going to make like a mess on the ground. But, can you pour that shit on the ground? And wherever the other one is... Yeah, there was definitely a couple of them. So, you're going to need to open that shit. And you're going to need to pour that one on the ground. And as soon as the other one's available... I'll also check if we have a microwave. Because I don't think we do. But if I don't, I'll just steal one from like one of the neighbors' houses and we can have some popcorn. So that'll work. So uncomfortable, miserable, hungry, hurt, too much weight, agitated, tired. All right. Okay, well, she's pulled all that stuff out. She is slow as hell. Fine. Okay. So I know that she can't carry much more, but kind of vehicle maintenance, we have spots of that. All that shit will be heavy though. So I also don't want to take the full gas can out of here. Now see what you can carry with this. Now I do have places for like hatchets. I've got places for wood to go. We've got probably more of the communications things can come out with us if she can carry them. And honestly, like the alcohol and stuff like that, like I'll probably just put that in and around like the kitchen somewhere. There we go. All right. So the only thing I'm not seeing in this car is I must have grabbed her hose. And yeah, there it is. No, you don't. You ain't putting that on the floor. Put that back in there. That's got to stay in there. All right. And copy for cash. I don't think we've read that yet. So, yeah, I kind of have a bit of like a space for material stuff. I've got electrical tools, vehicle stuff. I don't know how full these boxes are. Not very, which is good. I don't know where I put the vehicle stuff. I think it was in here. Yeah, okay. So, all of that shit can go in here. And I've got like a spot for like, oh, I didn't tip out the other jar of fucking cabbage. It's fine. We'll sort that out when I go back outside. I'll be going back and forth outside a few times. It just means I've got to go back to like one particular container. Also, I don't think I wanted you to put the wood in there yet, love. So calm down with that. Okay. And I haven't installed the thing on the car yet, but that's fine. So let's see. If it's already in here, it should go to it. If it's jars and stuff, it should go to it. Obviously, I'm not going to have just a container that's fully fucking jars and shit, obviously. But, yeah, it'll help move some crap around for the moment. Yeah, she's got quite a lot of stuff to move in that one, apparently. Okay, and top one was kind of just tools. I also see medical shit on her, which will go out into the thing, but... Wood was somewhere here. Wood, get rid of that shit. We got into medical next. You have stuff for like communications and stuff, which is the box in over there. But that can wait. Now, I think it's this area. There we go. Alright, and she's got a lot of food, so we'll go into kitchen. Should empty out. Hold on, put the eggs. I know it's not refrigerating, but put the eggs in the fridge for the moment. I do want to cook them in like a hot minute, but it'll have to wait for a second. Now, I don't have any more cans. I might have some shit that can kind of go in here, like the gum and the chips and shit. The jerky and maybe the ramen and popcorn. Like all of that shit can go in here. I did have the area behind me for like vinegar and other shit, I think. No, hold on. This this container here. I had drinks in this. I'm pretty sure I also had like alcohol and shit. So fucking, I know balsamic vinegar and vinegar, like she can only drink the balsamic vinegar, but like still drinks these. Ignoring that jar, chuck that in there. All right, what else have you got? We have got yeast, which fuck knows where I'm gonna put that. Maybe in this one. I also think I had like dry ramen up here. I probably should have like not double stacked it into a second container. And where the fuck did the yeast go? There we go. Yeast. Now that one in the corner there does have like some of the double up to that, but that's okay. We can live with that. Now put whatever kind of catalogs, motors. Can I get skills from that? I know it's not a skill book, but like, why not? It'd be so funny if that gave me like, you know, mechanic skill in some capacity, you know. Chuck that in there. Catalogs, I don't think we had catalogs in here, but I think it's kind of fits with it, you know. That shit can go in there. I don't think we were putting paper books in here. I think it was just mostly magazines. I did not know what that noise was. Kind of miscellaneous fucking sound effect. Now, in here, we have all of our books and some of our skill books and crap. Now, I don't think we got a spot specifically for... I know one of these has got just pure VHSs in it. Probably this one. Yeah, this one's got all the CDs and VHSs and stuff. I don't think I was putting, like, magazines and stuff. I wasn't bringing home a lot of these, like, paperbacks and crap. But I will chuck that in like this, and I'll have a bit of my drink too. Okay, so we will go and put her paper and crap. Another fucking gunshot thing. Chuck all that in here. There's been a lot of gunshot events like really nearby here. And I find it really interesting because there just isn't a lot of like zombies here, which is part of why I chose this place as a house. And yeah, I don't really have to worry when I'm home about zombies like loitering around, breaking my shit, getting into my space and stuff. Like I kind of feel like as I evolve with Zomboid, I may choose to have places that are a little bit more like inner city or like go through areas that are a little bit more zombie infested and stuff, like as like my skill and comfort with the game kind of like grows and stuff. For the moment I am more than happy just like knowing that like I've got like a pretty chill area, my house. I can go and explore if I want. I'll probably get run over by zombies at some point, and overrun with zombies I should say. And yeah, there isn't that much stress unless I want to go and find stress, you know. It's kind of nice. I think I would move into higher zombie areas and like work on defending those before I would ever increase the zombie rate kind of thing, because I think it's part of like the just adapting as you kind of like grow through the game. I do want to install this light in the car while I'm out here. Install light bulb. Yep. I would like to get a hood and a windshield. Like the engine is basically fucked at this point. So I would need to get her mechanic up pretty reasonably high. I also need to pour that shit out. We've fixed up, now she's got 2 light bulbs in the car, although driving anywhere at night would be criminally dangerous just because hitting anything, even a small animal, probably fuck over the whole fucking car. Okay, so have I got everything for outside? I think yes. Alright, so I've definitely still got like some clothes and crap to go. As in like putting those into containers and pulling those apart. And I still definitely have to go and find a fireplace. But I do also want to go across the road and pull apart the trees and shit that are in my way. I don't know if I can fit these. I imagine I could probably do it with like a hatchet or something, but I'd probably have to wait until morning. I don't think we can fit any additional... Like, I'll see what we can fit in here, because there are some that have tools. I don't have much left to put away. And she can have a big old rest, and I can see what she can, like, read up on and stuff. So, I get you to put away whatever you can. Those are just jars, and those are kind of like more materials. I don't know why it zoomed in then. I didn't zoom in. It just does what it wants, I guess. Put that shit back so we don't lose it. Not that it should be able to get out of her inventory in this state, but you should have this box up and over here. I do kind of want to go with like tools. I guess I only have like the one tool to put away. But I was kind of like putting like this kind of shit in here too, because I don't really have anywhere else to put it. And I do wonder if you can actually use that. Like, I do hope that they don't add actual insects. I do hope that you can just use that as like a flamethrower or something, you know, like get creative with it. I think this is mostly, apart from like the light source stuff, material, first aid. I'll put that in like first aid empty jar. Okay, chuck all that in there. And then I'll put the jars away and basically almost fucking there. Sheet of paper's got to go away elsewhere. And I have a box for, I guess that's technically like a lantern bottle. Do I have anything else on me? I do still have like a couple of things on me, which honestly needs to get out there. And I should really just like rip up those pants, but I think they're clean. So I was going to potentially like wash up some stuff and then find out what was like really good quality and like keep those, like drop those on the ground. Everything else I was just going to rip and pull apart and stuff. But we'll see. Shove that paper in there. So I know I can't put these back where I want them to be, but they'll have to go in here for the moment. And she's getting very hungry, which is fine. We have got plenty of food still in the kitchen, so I'll go put the tissue box, which I guess is good. We finally got like a tissue box for first aid. I don't know what I'd use that for. I guess maybe like if she's got an abrasion or something, I could maybe sterilize it. And I'll get you some more water. If this thing's even still got water in it. I'm really surprised it's still gone. I'd love to be able to just put that in like the oven, but I understand the concept is that it would like, it's plastic, you know? If you want to eat all that, and I don't want you to use up the ramen, although that is fresh, so maybe she wouldn't hate it. Also, I guess we've got to get our hands on that balsamic vinegar, and that's in like the wrong container. Pretty sure. Yeah, it's definitely in the wrong container. And same with the pork rinds. Yeah, alright. Well, as soon as she's finished shuffling those away, I'll get her to drink the rest of that balsamic vinegar. I do want to cook up those eggs, I guess, like first thing in the morning. You drink that shit. And yeah, then I'll go lay down. So, yeah. She is so stuffed. Alright. So she is tired and about as uncomfortable as you can get. You have your sleep. And yeah, I'll have to go back up towards the chickens, the further chickens, and see if... Actually, I should go next door and see if I can lift up the bed. I also don't... Oh, shit, there's a deer right there. I was going to say, I'm like, I don't know what the noise I heard in the night was. I'm like, it's probably this motherfucker. Just disturbingly close to my house. I'll just briefly go next door. I'll see if I can lift up their bed. I understand that that deer is getting a little bit too close. Actually, you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see if I could fucking pat it. It's obviously a no, but like... And it's foggy as shit. Can I... Not available for wild animals. Calm down, mate. I'm not even... Oh. I don't think it will come back near my house too soon. So... Just go next door. I know I don't want to make her exhausted or anything. You think that it would, like, depending on the wild animal, it would, like, decrease your, like, upsetness? Yeah, I can't remember if it's this house or the one next to it. But we'll go up here. I'm pretty sure it's this house. I think I was getting to the point where I was going to take that. Yeah, I only have that back bed to take. What is the percentage on it? Disassemble. The chance is like 55. It's looking like it's a bit green. Give it a crack. The worst case scenario is if I fuck it up, there's other places that have beds. I just want to tuck a bed, a small bed, into the into my like spare room that's going to have like a fireplace, so that when it's cold in winter, she can still lay down and be warm. Like, realistically, I probably could have put it even closer to where I want to put like the fireplace and stuff, but as long as she's in the room, I think she would be warm ambiently. So, kind of the point. And that way, like, if I need to, because like last time we went through winter, which was the first winter I've ever been in Project Zomboid, we basically just mostly hunkered down in that room. That doesn't look like I got anything. And I got planks and nails, apparently. I guess that's better than fucking absolutely nothing, but a bit of disappointment. Is there anything in this? What is this thing? A low table. See, now this is where my question was. If I get like a table or something, I put that outside my house and I put a rainwater collector on top of that shit, does that work for like raising them up? Or do I need to build like a fucking shelf or a cabinet or something like legitimate for it? Because I know I'm supposed to increase these up in height so that they're usable. Like, I think if I have a wrench, which I do think I've got a wrench, if it was connectable, I should be able to like click on this and be like plummet or something. It indeed. Hey Ray Sunshine, what are you up to? Thank you for biddy. Look, the exact sound effect for that too. Oh man, my knuckles cracking. Let's see, transfer container info. Yeah, I definitely can't like connect it, but let me see. If I get my wrench out, does it say otherwise? It's in dropping pennies, basically. But it's fine. It's still a shifty-eyed Arnold Schwarzenegger, so it's fine. It's really fine. Container info. Nah, it probably won't let me connect it. Okay, so I probably do have to raise that shit up. You have chickens yet? No, I don't plan to do any kind of animal husbandry stuff or gardening or blacksmithing or none of that stuff. At this point, my like objective is mostly just trying to keep her alive for more than like a month at a time. And then like if I can start keeping her alive kind of consistently more than a month, then I'll start looking at like, I don't know, working into like other skills and stuff. But like I do have like several locations nearby that have what do you call it, marked up like birds and stuff. So I do kind of like go scooch around them and like collect the eggs and crap occasionally, which we're going to go back out and do in a little bit, because I want to cook up some of the eggs I've already gotten and stuff. I have a fridge and it's not powered. I do have a generator, but I don't see the point in running power when like most of my stuff is rotten, and yeah, I would need to constantly keep getting fuel. I do have like a fuck ton of fuel, but I don't want to waste it on keeping a fridge running when I'll just make something fresh out of dry ingredients. And if I really want to power something, I'll just power the house for a moment, use the oven, and go from there, you know. Also, I guess we might eat the rest of that stick of butter, or at least some of the butter. Oh, just throw all your pots. What, in the corner? I mean, I've only just brought those inside because it's taken about a year, and now I've finally managed to make a rainwater collector. I've managed to get a girl alive long enough to get a carpentry skill high enough to make one, and I've got a couple, so I finally brought all my containers and stuff inside. I ended up putting out like the big pots, like the the buckets and shit out here and the cans because I don't really have like use for them. I got a couple of cans out the front, but it's fine. I don't really need them. Like I've got 3 rainwater collectors in case this girl dies. Kind of like how when I had the girl that could do the hot wiring and stuff, I just hot wired as many cars as I could come across, you know, because it made sense. She would inevitably die, and then I'd want to use those cars later, and I wouldn't be able to, you know. It's super organized. It is. So I usually do like, sometimes just take like an hour or something like that, or like whenever I come home from a trip, I fully unload the car into the house, and like I'm trying to get a single bed, so I can put that here. I've broken 3 of the neighbors' beds trying to like lift them at this point, but I want to put that here. I want to get a antique oven here, which I don't want any location spoilers or hints or tips on like where to find shit. I'll find it myself, or I won't, and winter will suck. So I'll get an antique oven eventually, and we'll plop that here. And this room will be like a little warm room for winter. So hopefully we can kind of like comfortably stay alive. And yeah, I haven't used any of downstairs just yet, which like it looks like a gym. So yeah. Putting on a fence to your house. Nah, I don't even need the boarded up windows and stuff realistically. This area is very quiet. I've got to walk out of the room so that we can read. This area is like, once you've cleared it of zombies where I am, it doesn't seem to get bad again. Like occasionally, like early game, if a helicopter event happens and gunshot events happen, you get like some zombies out here. But around here has like fuck bugger all. So it's really, really good. I've had a few bases here, and I can potter around and not see zombies for basically the entire time I'm home, which is neat. So like if I was playing 7 Days to Die, I would absolutely put up a fence, because I just don't want like zombies like nibbling on my ankles and stuff while I'm trying to craft shit. But this place just, I've picked a good place that just doesn't have issues, so I don't have to kind of worry about it, you know. Like when I played briefly with my partner over Christmas and stuff, he wanted to have a place that was like in the city, in like, I think it was like Mulder or something like that. And yeah, we were like constantly attacked like non-stop all the time. And our base was constantly getting shit broken and stuff, and you needed a fence for that. But yeah, I also need to make sure we don't break this car, ideally. I won't find it without spoilers. I've found 3 so far, antique stoves. I've lucked out with 2 maps being identical. So we found, I think we found them here before they added, or before they changed up, because I've only been playing since 42, and when they updated the basements and stuff, they changed a few of them. So I found like 2 were here, and I found a 3rd one somewhere else. I don't think it was nearby. I think it might have been in like one of these properties or something. And I'm pretty sure I've got fuel on me. So yeah, I think my odds of generally finding it is fine. But yeah, I have like a reasonably good memory and stuff. So I just don't want like spoilers on locations or like direct hints on where shit is and stuff. Like, you know, when I said I was looking for like a hatchet or something like that, everybody's like, oh, if you go to here, and I'm like, no, fuck off. Get out of my chat. You know, I just don't want to know. I'll find it, or it will make winter really, really fucking hard. Like my last game was my first winter, and I'd never experienced winter in Project Zomboid before, and it was really fucking difficult because she kept getting sick, and I didn't know how many layers of clothing you could put on a person, because like I just don't wear layers of clothing, and I'm Australian, so it's not cold here. It's cold, it gets cold, but it's not like, you know, you have to be tactical about your layering and stuff cold. So yeah, I didn't know that you could put on like multiple shirts or multiple jackets or whatever. That took a bit, and then of course like she got sick heaps, and I had to kind of like figure out how to like resolve that. again, I wasn't having any spoilers and stuff, so it took me a while, and she got like worse and worse progressively for a bit. I also fully randomized my character's traits, so every time I start a new girl on the same world, I just like she's got the same like appearance, right? But then all of her traits and her skills and whatever, they're fully randomized. As long as it comes up 0, so I don't have to add or remove anything. And it's not something I've played with really recently or something that I have not enjoyed playing before. I will play it again and stuff. Like, so far I don't mind like High Thirst. The Squeamish for Blood was interesting. Like we had Weak last time. Fuck off, mate. At the moment she's got Unfit and Brawler, and she's really kind of struggles to like carry anything, which is weird. And yet Weak, like I did weaponize the car when I had Weak, and we killed like 600 odd zombies, so it was really good. But I knew for a fact if anything happened to that car and I had to get out, I was not going to fight them off, you know. It's just like the kind of setup it was. Now, I think it was... Oh, dear. There's a little sporty one. Yeah. Okay, so it was up here. I wanted to check out... Oh, leave the trees alone. This place. So, yeah. The basements are randomized. Yeah, my current map's basement is absolutely not what I like not what I wanted, but I can't do much about that. I also had a hard of hearing girl for a while, and there we go. And part of like the hard of hearing, I didn't know that cars were idling. Like I didn't know I had to take out the keys and turn the car off and stuff. I just assumed that they... Oh, fuck, sledgehammer. I want that. Give me that. I've been looking for that. I need to take out a wall. Yeah, anyway. I just completely got mind wiped then. Like the odds of this, I thought I'd find this on the road. But anywho, I don't want your rat poison. Yeah, I don't know. Completely forgot what I was on about. A couple of my like previous basements have had like really good storage and stuff, and my current one just looks like a really shitty kind of gym, and I don't really like it. I also don't know if that's a zombie, but it kind of like feels like it might be one.